Now these, and I can't remember what they're called. I think they have some really long name and it starts with an A or something like that. But they're pretty annoying, legitimately. And of course, you have those. I have no idea what those guys doing the martial arts are. They've been around since I think around Rondo. In which case, it's really not a surprise to really see him through here. Most of the enemies from Rondo are in here in some form. With the exception of the bosses. Got a Discus Knight here, which isn't too bad. It's just a matter of, kind of avoiding the Discus there, just getting up close to him and punching him, and it's pretty much done. Got another sword. Go right back where we came from and go down to take out this Discus Knight again. And yeah, although I know it's not anything specific to this version or anything like that, I've always liked the shadows in the background, like as you're running alongside the the lava there. Got that. This is pretty much just $1 there, no biggie. And this will be a good spot to regain some life, even though there's a save point near. That fire really does help out in that capacity. So we'll just go over to the right. We'll skip the save point just for now, just because there's one more room here where we want to get some armor. And now I'll save, because yeah, it's there's a boss battle over to the left. In fact, this is a boss battle that ever since this game, I'm pretty sure this boss has been in just about every at least 2D Castlevania game since then. I'm not sure about the 3D ones because I really haven't played those extensively, but yeah, basically he it's been in virtually every game since this one. It was in the US version. It was called Grand Falloon, or something along those lines. Whereas he's actually more commonly known as Legion now. He goes by Legion even in the US versions now. So yeah, he's definitely been around, and has a lot of. I mean, I would say generally he's always pretty much like the same basic idea. It's always like this, huge, orb filled, like it's basically comprised of bodies, and it has like a central core. Although, depending on the game, it'll vary a good bit, just like in terms of like how the core attacks, and also whether or not you actually need to wipe out, more of the, more of the bodies on the outside shell. Yeah, the axe really helps out here, as well as, obviously avoiding those eye lasers there. There we go. And even though the transparency generally doesn't have a really huge effect on like the overall presentation of the game, I will say that the flames, like for instance, like the flames that you saw, like as Legion was exploding, it is a bit of a shame that those ones couldn't have the transparency or whatnot, because the fire looked amazing in like pretty much any version aside from this one. That's kind of one of the only things I kind of miss about the transparency. Otherwise, I'd say it doesn't really look all that bad. Another sword. I think as you go through this area, I mean, you just always get like a really a strong sense of deja vu. It's like everything. There are at least 4 different rooms here that seem like you're basically doing the same thing. Although you will get like a slightly different type of item each time, but nonetheless, it just seems like it's constant like deja vu through here. Check out the map, and yeah, we just have to basically continue to the right, fill in the rest of this, and after that, we're actually going to make our way to the center of the castle. Yeah, I like that shadow effect, though. Yeah, like I said, you can take out those coffins pretty quickly. Okay, so then, take out this. Yeah, this is another one of those recurring enemies that you see in a lot of the later games, especially, along with the slimes. I mean, the slimes, they're always pretty much around. They tend to get a lot more annoying with each new game. It's just like they're a lot more mobile as they progress, which is kind of funny because, I mean, you think of, gel-type enemies, and you wouldn't generally expect them to be like that. You think of something that's like really slow, not like a huge threat as far as mobility goes. And of course, here we have basically a room where we need to use the bat's sonar. Let's get out of there. But yeah, basically, it's handled a little bit differently in this one. You can use the mist here if you really know it well. I'm just going to use the sonar just to kind of demonstrate. So yeah, as you can see, it seems to be handled a lot differently in this version. It's like really, really taxing on the console. The effect definitely wasn't achieved the same way. But yeah, in either case, though, yeah, once we get through here, yeah, it makes the controls a little bit tricky here, just because of the slowdown. But yeah, we'll turn back in our regular form, step on this to turn on the lights. And there we go. So let's continue on through here. We're actually going to be getting the spike breaker armor here. The spike breaker armor, it is going to make areas like that a lot more passable, even though we really don't have to worry about that a whole lot more in the game. But in either case, it's good to have options. And yeah, this area over here, just to kind of discuss some differences here with the different versions of the game. You're gonna notice these were-skeletons. See when I kill them, like their bones basically like twirl around. I don't believe they did that in the PlayStation version. This is probably one of the death animations that, in my opinion, looks a lot better on this version. Wasn't even like a huge change, but it definitely looks a lot better. Okay, so here we're going to get the spike breaker armor. Also bust open the wall to get a library card there, if I'm not mistaken. So what we'll do, let's just kind of make our way back up manually. I'll just kind of show off what the spike breaker armor does, and we'll just actually go up and maybe use the one teleporter up there to actually get to where we need to go later. So here we go. Let's go right back up here, and what we want to do is get that axe back, and yeah, what we want to do then is, once we get back over to this room,